Jesper musste in seiner Schulzeit aufgrund seiner Legasthenie unzählige Tiefschläge einstecken. Heute arbeitet er hauptberuflich in seinem eigenen Unternehmen und ist der Autor von 3 Büchern. Sein Beitrag ist auf Englisch.
Hello, my name is Jesper Seester and I'm dyslexic. When I was a small kid, I was a happy boy, but then something happened in my life, and that was that I started in school. Because pretty quickly I realized that I couldn't do the same thing as my classmate. They learned the alphabet, they learned to read and write, all the things that I have big difficulties when I was in school. So suddenly the happy boy started to disappear, even though I had a lot of things outside school that I was actually good at. I went to school in the 90s, and even though I had a computer, some of the program and help that I could use the computer for wasn't that big of a help. But I cannot blame only the hardware, because the software was also a problem, and I was also a problem too. Because I was told that I should use the computer because then I could be like all my classmates. I could read and write all the long sentences, and I could do what the teacher wanted me to do, be the same as everybody else. But at that time in my life, I couldn't see the meaning and the purpose of why I should do that. For me, the big problem was just to get things down on the blank sheet of paper. So why should I start thinking about all the things that didn't make sense to me just because my teacher wanted me to? So unfortunately, I found a lot of reason why not to use the computer and the software that I had to help me. And unfortunately, I did that for a really long time. But even though that I didn't use a computer or a smartphone and all the help that could actually have done me good, I actually got an education. And that was because I found out if I was honest and open about my dyslexic, there was many people who wanted to help me. So for 13 years of my life, I was always dependent on that I could find somebody who could help me. That could maybe be an ex-girlfriend or some of my friends that could help read my text and my essay so there wasn't any mistakes in them. So I found a way around the written words so I shouldn't use so much energy on that throughout my education. But there was also a lot of reading. I tried to read a lot of the stuff, but I didn't always understand everything. But I also found out that the teacher was telling me what there was in the book. So for me, I knew that if I should pass this education, I should remember to go to all the classes. And that was the way that I was learning the best, when somebody told me what I should know, instead of using a lot of time and energy trying to read me through the whole education. Maybe it just sounds like, ooh, if you just find your way, then it's easy and then it's not gonna be tough in any way. But it was really difficult for me. I really had to fight to get this education. But luckily I have found an education that was something that I really thought was fun. Something where I wanted to put in the extra energy because that was needed for me to finish my education. A master's degree in finance and strategic management. And today I can show all the people that said that I shouldn't expect an education because I was dyslexic, that I could actually get one. But luckily something have changed in my life. Because today I'm using my computer and my smartphone and all the programs and apps that I can get to express myself in the written language. Because when I was finished with my education, I started working with dyslexia. I started a blog where I wrote a lot of things about being dyslexic. At that point I didn't use any technical help and I was 28 years old. Sometimes I asked some of my friends if they could read something through because it was important that there wasn't any mistake in that, I thought. But less and less of my friends had time because they started in different jobs. So I was forced to eat my own medicine because now I wrote about all the programs and apps that you could get on my blog that help with dyslexic. The first thing I did was to try to get the computer to read aloud what I have written on my homepage. And in the beginning it was not fun to be me. Because all the bad feelings and thoughts that I had back from my school about my reading difficulty came to me again. And that was definitely not fun to sit with. But at the same time I could feel something in my stomach. Because for the first time in my life I could do things myself. Suddenly I could sit at home and doing a lot of stuff that I always needed help for by my friends, family and ex-girlfriends. That was what changed everything for me, because suddenly I could do everything myself, and I continuing for a long time listening to all the text on my homepage and trying to correct all the mistakes that I had made. At least I had tried to, because there was still a lot of mistakes on the page. From that day, I could see the purpose of why I should use my computer for help. Because suddenly I could do a lot of things by myself. I wasn't dependent on my friends or somebody else had time to help me. Suddenly I could do it for myself. And that was what I needed. I needed to see the reason to do it, to take my computer and use the different kind of apps and programs. And it was not because my teacher told me that I could be like anybody else if I used them. But for me, it was that I could do a lot of things by myself. But I have also figuring out what I need help for. I like to write, and I just like to get things down on paper. There's a lot of red lines under the words, and really I don't care. Instead, I use a lot of time afterwards to get the computer to read aloud so I can hear all the mistakes I have done. If I should use the help that the computer could give me while I was writing, that would stop my workflow and be really annoying. So I'm using the function where my computer or my smartphone reads aloud for me. That's what I need and makes sense for the workflow that I have. For me, it's really important to understand that all dyslexic are different. None of us are the same. And therefore we need to help dyslexic find their own purpose and their own reason to use the computer and smartphone and all the programs and apps that they can get. It should never be because we want to change them. We should help them to find their purpose. Maybe it's because they want to be independent. Maybe it's because they want to be able to help their kids doing homework or something different. I don't know, but it should be their own reason. We also need to remember that all the functions that are in different kind of program and apps doesn't help everybody. Some of them are actually a bad thing and destroys the workflow. So we need to help the dyslexic figure out what different kind of function that they actually need to use so that the apps and program is going to be a benefit for them. Thank you for you have been listening to me. I hope it have been your time worth and you have got some new thoughts. Thank you.